Robert Redford is one of Hollywood's legends, with a career spanning more than 6 decades. From his iconic roles to his work as a director and producer, he has left a lasting mark on the film industry. But his life is much more than just movies. So who has had a strong influence on Redford's artistic path? What are some interesting facts about his life and career? Discover Robert Redford's amazing journey in this video. Early life and family. Robert Redford, born on August 18, 1936, in Santa Monica, California, entered the world in a middle-class family, but life was not always easy. His father, Charles Robert Redford, was an industrial engineer, and his mother, Martha W. Redford, was a homemaker. Although his family had a fairly solid educational background, they faced many financial difficulties during Redford's early years. These difficulties not only affected family life, but also created challenges that Redford had to overcome as an adult. This may explain why he developed an independent and resilient personality early on, a prominent trait in his later life. From a young age, Redford witnessed the hardships his parents endured, which made him cautious and realistic about life. Despite his family's financial difficulties, Redford's parents always encouraged him to pursue what he loved, especially sports and the arts. As a child, Redford was involved in sports, especially football and baseball, but he also had a deep love for art and painting. Redford attended Van Nuys High School in Los Angeles, where he was not only an excellent student in sports, but also participated in many artistic activities such as drama, music, and painting. It was during these years that Redford revealed his natural artistic abilities, especially when he participated in school plays and even art exhibitions. His teachers recognized his creativity and encouraged him to develop these talents. This planted the seed of a dream to pursue art in Redford, but he was not completely sure of his direction. After graduating from high school, Redford decided to attend the University of Colorado Boulder, but the environment there did not really excite him. However, this was an important step in his growing up process. Here, Redford not only studied formal subjects, but also explored many different fields, including art. After a short time in Boulder, Redford realized that the art path was the path he wanted to take. So, he decided to transfer to Parsons Art Institute in New York, where he began to study art seriously. Parsons Art Institute not only helped Redford develop his talent for painting, but also explored the world of theater and cinema. This is where he met and got to know like-minded friends and people who greatly influenced his career later. During his time at Parsons, Redford began to realize that theater and cinema were where he truly wanted to devote himself. Although he still had a passion for painting, the impact of the New York art scene helped Redford realize that he could make a difference in the entertainment industry. Soon after moving to New York, Redford began participating in plays in small theaters and also tried his hand at acting in television series. Although Redford did not initially think he would become a movie star, his first career opportunities helped him affirm his talent and efforts. The process of studying and working in the art industry created a solid foundation, helping Redford initially conquer the challenging world of cinema. Redford's early years were a series of challenges, from financial difficulties in his family to finding his own artistic path. However, it was those difficulties that helped Redford mature and gradually discover his passion for cinema, opening a promising new chapter in his career. Director and actor career. Robert Redford began his acting career in the 1950s, when he began appearing in television shows and stage plays. Although he was still a relatively unknown figure at the time, these years helped Redford gradually establish himself in the entertainment industry. Redford's early days in the industry were mostly spent in small roles on television, but these challenges helped him hone his acting skills. One of the first films he appeared in was the popular television series The Twilight Zone. where Redford appeared in a number of short episodes. In 1962, Redford got the chance to appear in his first feature film, War Hunt, a war film starring prominent names such as Nick Adams. Although his role in this film was not a leading role, it was an important first step that opened up a long path in Redford's acting career. From there, he continued to act in television films. But it was not until the late 1960s that Redford really exploded into fame. Robert Redford's big break came in 1969 when he starred in the film Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid alongside Paul Newman. The film was not only a commercial success, but also helped Redford gain recognition from audiences and critics as an actor. The on-screen chemistry between Redford and Paul Newman created one of the most legendary couples in film history. With the resounding success of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Redford became a rising star and attracted the attention of major directors and producers. After the success of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Redford continued to achieve success with a series of famous films in the 1970s. Among them, The Sting, collaborating with Paul Newman again, was one of Redford's most successful films. The film won the Academy Award for Best Picture and became one of the outstanding films of the 1970s. Also in 1970, Redford appeared in The Way We Were, co-starring Barbra Streisand. This film was a touching love story and was highly appreciated for the acting abilities of both Redford and Streisand. In particular, Redford's performance in The Way We Were made him an icon of love on the screen. Not stopping there, in 1970s, Redford continued to affirm his name with the film All the President's Men, playing Bob Woodward, one of two journalists investigating President Richard Nixon's Watergate scandal. This film not only brought Redford praise from critics, but also helped him win many prestigious awards, especially at the Golden Globe Awards. In the 1980s, Redford continued to prove that he was one of Hollywood's greatest talents, participating in a series of outstanding films, including Out of Africa 1985, co-starring Meryl Streep. This film was not only a financial success, but also won the Academy Award for Best Picture, and Redford also received high praise from critics. Out of Africa highlighted Redford's versatile acting ability when he transformed into a man who loves nature and the wildlife in East Africa. Not only is he an excellent actor, Redford is also known for his talent and passion for filmmaking. His film career has not only been limited to his role as an actor, but has also expanded to include his roles as a director and producer. His directing and producing works, such as Ordinary People, 1980, have helped him establish his name in the film industry not only as a star, but also as a true creator. Robert Redford is not only known as a talented actor, but also has an illustrious career as a director and producer. In particular, his directing career began with an extremely important milestone, the film Ordinary People, 1980. This was the first film that Redford took on the role of director, and it brought him great success. The film, with the story of an American family facing the trauma and loss after the death of a son, not only won the Oscar for Best Picture, but also brought Redford the award for Best Director. Ordinary People also received widespread praise from critics and audiences, thanks to his subtle directing style and ability to exploit deep, psychological and emotional themes. After this great success, Redford continued to try his hand at directing other notable films, with each work demonstrating the diversity and creativity in his filmmaking style. In 1988, he directed The Milagro Beanfield War, a film based on the novel by John Nichols. The film, which tells the story of a small town's struggle between farmers and big business, was not only politically charged, but also dealt with important social issues. Although it was not a huge commercial success, The Milagro Beanfield War was critically acclaimed and is considered a work that reflects Redford's personal stamp. One of the most prominent films in Redford's directing career was A River Runs Through It, 1992, a film adapted from the novel by Norman Maclean. The film was not only a story about family, but also an epic about nature and life in the American West. Starring Brad Pitt, the film received much praise for both its visuals and character development, and is considered one of the most beautiful nature films in the history of cinema. Redford not only directed the film, but also produced it, demonstrating his talents in both roles. Next, Redford directed Quiz Show, 1994, a film inspired by the scandal of the television show 21, in which producers rigged the show to make it more appealing. It is a tense story about ambition, truth, and morality in television, and Redford skillfully combines psychological elements with deep social issues. Quiz Show was not only nominated for many major awards, but also helped Redford establish himself as a director capable of exploring complex and impactful themes. In addition to his role as a director, Robert Redford was also a visionary producer, especially in promoting the independent film industry. In 1981, Redford founded the Sundance Institute, an organization that supports independent filmmakers and creates a creative space for non-mainstream film projects. The founding of the Sundance Institute not only marked an important milestone in Redford's career, but also contributed to the development of independent cinema in the United States and around the world. In addition to supporting filmmakers, Redford also developed the Sundance Film Festival, an important film event that has become a launching pad for countless famous directors and screenwriters. The festival not only attracts small-budget independent films, but also becomes a platform for young filmmakers to gain attention from major producers and distribution companies. Many films have been widely released after appearing at Sundance, including films that brought international fame to directors such as Quentin Tarantino with Pulp Fiction and Darren Aronofsky with Pi. In addition to developing the independent film industry, the Sundance Institute also hosts workshops and seminars to inspire and provide a platform for new talent in the film industry. Through these initiatives, Redford has helped create a rich and diverse film world where new and innovative stories can be told and shared with the public. Robert Redford has had a remarkable and eventful family life, from first loves to losses. He has endured great challenges, but has also found peace in new relationships. Are you curious about Robert Redford's love story and the memorable relationships in his life? Let's explore family and relationships. In 1958, he married Lola Van Wagenen, a social activist and environmentalist. Their marriage lasted nearly 3 decades, and during this time, Redford and Lola had 4 children together: Shauna, Scott, James, and Amy. Redford's children have all grown up and gone on to have their own careers, although their private lives have largely remained out of the public eye. Notably, Robert's first son, Scott Redford, unfortunately passed away in 1959 at the age of 2 months due to an infection. This loss was a huge shock to the Redford family, and he once shared that it was one of the greatest pains he had experienced in his life. Later, Robert and Lola continued to have 3 more children, each of whom developed their own careers in different fields, from art, media, to environmental protection. Although the Redford family faced great challenges, from the loss of a child to difficulties in their personal lives, his marriage with Lola was still admired by many. However, in 1985, after a long time together, Redford and Lola decided to divorce. The reason for the divorce was not made public, but it is believed that Redford's busy career and irreconcilable differences in family life led to this decision. After the divorce, Redford continued to be a caring father and maintained a close relationship with his children. In 2009, after a long period of being single, Robert Redford married Sibylle Sagers, a German artist who specializes in painting and creating abstract works of art. Sibylle, a private woman who does not like public attention, built a peaceful life with Redford at their home in Utah, where Redford could be close to nature and work on his creative projects. The marriage to Sibylle brought Redford a new peace and happiness in his later years. Redford and Sibylle had a long-term relationship before their marriage, and the marriage was seen as a declaration of their enduring love. In addition, their lives were quite private, and they often avoided the media spotlight, especially in the years after Redford withdrew from public life. Throughout their marriage, Sibylle and Robert maintained a strong relationship based on a deep understanding of each other and shared artistic values. Redford and Sibylle also shared a passion for protecting nature and the environment. Together, they participated in many nature conservation projects and wildlife protection initiatives. Sibylle, with her passion for art, accompanied Redford in protecting the wild natural areas where they lived, including preserving mountainous areas and protecting rare animals. With 2 marriages and family relationships under his belt, Robert Redford was not only a devoted father, but also a man who found peace in his later years. His family life represents a journey of challenges, love, loss, and moments of joy. Robert Redford is not only famous for his film career, but also a person who is devoted to social and political activities. He has devoted all his heart to protecting the environment, a commitment that he has pursued throughout his life. Political and social activities. With a strong passion for nature, Redford is one of the pioneers in environmental protection. He founded the Sundance Environmental Fund in 1981, an organization established to support and promote initiatives to protect nature and wildlife. The fund has helped implement many projects to protect natural areas, reduce human impact on ecosystems, and improve public awareness of environmental protection. Redford was also one of the first to speak out on issues related to climate change, and he has constantly emphasized the importance of protecting the Earth. Through his speeches and campaigns, he has called on governments and international organizations to do more to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and protect natural resources. He has also placed great emphasis on the preservation of wilderness areas and marine areas, which are threatened by overdevelopment and exploitation. In addition to his environmental contributions, Redford is also a strong advocate for the rights of indigenous communities in the United States. He has participated in many campaigns to protect the land rights of indigenous tribes, especially when these groups face the loss of land and resources due to large corporate development projects. One of the prominent issues that he cares about is the fight of indigenous tribes against oil and mineral companies encroaching on their lands. Redford has tirelessly called for the recognition of the rights and control of these communities' resources. He is also involved in advocacy for the rights of the disadvantaged in society, such as women's rights and human rights. One of the initiatives he supports is the promotion of gender equality, especially in areas such as education and employment. Redford has spoken out against social inequality and called for the involvement of government and social organizations in changing unfair policies. Politically, Redford is a strong supporter of Democratic candidates and has taken liberal stances on many issues. He has publicly expressed his views on major issues such as climate change, women's rights, and social equality. One of the prominent issues that Redford has spoken out about is the fight against unfairness in the legal and social systems, especially in the treatment of minorities and disadvantaged people. In addition to his political activism on environmental and human rights issues, Redford has also been involved in electoral campaigns, encouraging citizens to participate in elections and influence government policy. He has organized and participated in fundraising events for Democratic candidates and community-based organizations. Redford has demonstrated that influential people in the entertainment industry can positively contribute to social change and create lasting impacts on the community. His career is a testament to the fact that artists can not only contribute to the entertainment industry but also become leaders and advocates for good values for the community. Robert Redford is not only a legend in the film industry, but also an icon of creativity and dedication. Do you know what awards and achievements have helped him affirm his name and influence throughout his long career? Let's find out. Achievements and legacy. Throughout his great career, Robert Redford has won many prestigious awards, affirming his talent and dedication to cinema. In particular, his directorial role in the film Ordinary People, 1980, brought him one of the most prestigious awards, the Academy Award for Best Director. This was the first time Redford received this award, and Ordinary People also won the Academy Award for Best Picture, marking an important turning point in his career, not only as an actor, but also as a talented director. Redford was not only successful as a director, but he also received many prestigious awards for memorable roles throughout his career. He received the Golden Globe Award for his roles in outstanding films such as The Sting, 1973, and The Way We Were, 1973. These awards demonstrate his natural acting ability and the love that the public has for his roles. In addition, Redford also received the BAFTA Award, one of the prestigious film awards in the UK, thereby recognizing his significant contributions to international cinema. He was awarded not only for his roles and directing, but also for his special contributions to global film culture. In 2016, Redford was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. This is a great honor, marking a long and successful career and his profound influence in the film industry. This award is not only a recognition of his achievements, but also a tribute to the legacy he left in cinema, from his role as an actor, director, to the founder of organizations supporting independent cinema. Robert Redford is not only a movie star, but also a Hollywood icon. His career has spanned more than half a century, and his influence on cinema, popular culture, and generations of young artists is profound. He has not only changed the face of Hollywood, but also opened a new era for independent films. Redford founded the Sundance Film Festival in 1981, a prominent film event of the American film industry. Sundance has helped thousands of independent films have the opportunity to premiere and reach a global audience. This film festival has become one of the most important film events in the world, not only because of the quality of the films, but also because of the entrepreneurial and creative spirit it conveys. Thanks to Sundance, many young directors, screenwriters, and filmmakers have had the opportunity to be known and start their careers, and independent films have become an indispensable part of modern film culture. Redford's influence extends far beyond Sundance. He has also inspired millions of artists, directors, and producers in the film industry. His films, from classics like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, to films like The Sting, 1973, and Out of Africa, 1985, have helped set new standards for storytelling and acting in cinema. Redford was also a pioneer in bringing independent cinema into the mainstream, changing the way the film industry viewed the value of small, artistic, experimental films. He proved that films did not need to have huge budgets to be successful and could have a far-reaching impact if done right. In addition to his professional influence, Redford is also known for his significant contributions to environmental protection, the rights of indigenous communities, and his strong political views on human rights and social justice. All of these activities have made him not only a movie star, but also a symbol of the fight for good values in society. The legacy that Robert Redford left behind is not only classic films or prestigious awards, but also a creative spirit, a constant desire to contribute to art and society. And finally, how do you feel about Robert Redford? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting updates. Thank you and see you in the next videos.